the last 3 days, every hospital in the whole southern region has been destroyed. This is just an example of how fast front lines change and how difficult it is for us medics to work.
They didn't find the prophet's body, bro.
No way.
They only found his hand. They found his hand.
It's been 2 days of Russian airstrikes against terror groups in Syria.
In the beginning of 2019, Russia and the regime broke the ceasefire and started their indiscriminate bombing on towns and cities in northern Hama and southern Idlib. This is a traditional tactic used by Russia to force the civilians out of their homes before starting an offensive. But always this tactic ends in many civilians being killed and injured.
We're now on the M5 highway, and as you can see the sun is setting almost, but we're actually driving against the clock right now because as soon as the sun starts setting and it starts getting dark, the Harbi Rashash, they call it, it's like a fighter jet with machine gun which patrols this highway shooting anything moving on it. So we kind of got to get to our location quickly. Now the problem we have, surface missiles are coming in right now, so we're not sure exactly where, but they're most targeting this road. So right now it is very dangerous, but we don't have much choice but to keep going. Just keep going.
We have good experience from previous battles and knew that the enemy's first targets, the first line of defense in their eyes, were the hospitals.
They told me just look at where the rocket came in from. That's what they said. They said it's some sort of drilling rocket or something, bro.
How did they hit this place? Was this just one bomb?
Yeah.
Huh?
They didn't find the prophet's body, bro.
No
They
way.
only found his hand.
For a long period of time, we had been working and aiding the hospitals in the region, namely Kaframbal, Latamna and Kafr Zeta. All these hospitals are spread over the vast front line against the regime. The Kaframbal Hospital, the Kafr Zeta Hospital and the Latamna Hospital all became the first casualties in this new offensive for Khan Sheikhoun.
Okay, so now we're in Kaframbal. Kaframbal had the main hospital in the whole of the south. It's been hit again and again over the last 3 days. We're just going to check the extent of the damage and to see if the hospital is still able to be operated.
The loss was unbearable, and its effect on our priority of helping the people agonizing.
So we're now in Kaframbal Hospital. As you can see, the whole hospital has been destroyed. This hospital has been getting hit for the last 3 days. The main hospital here, totally been rendered out of action. There's nowhere for the people to go when they get injured. This is what we're seeing. Over the last 3 days, every hospital in the whole southern region has been destroyed.
حاليا القوات عم تتحشد، قد تكون ساعة الصفر باتجاه إدلب اليوم، قد تكون بكرة، قد تكون مطولة. بكل الخيارات نحن جاهزين، بس اجانا أوامر ساعة الصفر. الجيش السوري إذا أخذ قرار قادر يفوت على أي مكان دون استثناء.
We realized the time for frontline medical work was knocking at our doors, so we hastened to prioritize our workforce and resources.
I want to show you something. This is the future of hospitals in Syria. This is a new project that we're currently building, and this is a cave which has about 13 meters of mountain on top of it.
We rushed to complete and activate an emergency field hospital in Khan Sheikhoun. We knew the battle was inevitable, and there were still civilians clustered around northern Hama countryside surrounding Khan Sheikhoun. Within days, we managed to make a formidable medical point in Khan Sheikhoun to counter the murderers of women and children. However, little did we know, the earth upon which we were standing was the bull's eye of the Russian campaign.
So here we just received quite a lot of injuries from strikes. This patient behind me is going to have to go straight into operation.
Thank you.
يلا هذا
هذا شو؟
ممكن تترفع فوق؟
يا شد جاي وخلي go around and bag him عشان مش هنزمر اخي يلا
الآن جيد.
So alhamdulillah, we just finished with this case. This patient, alhamdulillah, is okay. Unfortunately, one of the patients died, and we had about 3 or 4 minor injuries, relatively minor injuries. Alhamdulillah. As the days passed, the enemy increased their bombardment exponentially, and the offensive seemed imminent. We realized that the front line was too big and it would be very difficult for the civilians and the rebels to reach a medical point from such a wide front.
So we're now on another mission now. Alhamdulillah, our plan is to go and set up a medical point, a surgical point, right next to the Turkish observation point. Let's see the reception to us, because right now all the hospitals in the southern region have been bombed.
We decided to set up a temporary point in Sher Maghar, hundreds of miles away from our main medical point, to help those in need.
Got to make sure get no puncture from the shrapnel.
خذوا يلا.
I think they're aiming for us or something, bro.
Yeah.
They're trying to hit us.
This whole area has no hospitals, no pharmacies, there's nothing. So we are the only people seeing patients. Patients are flooding in. It's quite dangerous. You can hear mortars coming in one after another. Just got this little girl that's coming. There's been a lot of mortars landing here. Small shit here to the head. It's nothing serious. It's very, very dangerous for us to operate here.
Even the Turkish point was not free from the horrendous bombardment, so we didn't stand a chance. After helping a few patients, we got news that the regime is opening fronts in all directions, and the towns and villages around us was falling rapidly.
This is just an example of how fast front lines change and how difficult it is for us medics to work. You see, we just came here yesterday and already the front line shifted. We didn't expect such areas to fall so quick, and that's what makes our work so difficult.
We were forced to evacuate as the Turkish point became the new front line, so we rushed back towards the center of the unfolding exodus and the merciless massacre of Khan Sheikhoun. But little did we comprehend the sheer magnitude of the events to follow.